Hello students, I am Dr. Komal Rathod, Assistant Professor of Kamal Bhatia, Faculty of Ayurvedic Science in Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur, Rajasthan. So today's session we will talk about whooping cough and diphtheria. So first of all, whooping cough. That's called pertussis. So pertussis is known as whooping cough, is a highly contagious respiratory disease. It is known for uncontrolled violent coughing, which often makes it hard to breathe. So agent factor bacteria Bordetella pertussis. That's why its name is pertussis. Gram negative, small ovoid cocobacilli, non-motile, non-sporing. Survival in environment very short. Produce exotoxins. Agent factors against reservoir humans are only known reservoir. Source of infection cases, clinical or subclinical. Infective material, nasopharyngeal secretion. Mode of transmission, airborne droplet. The period of communicability in the catarrhal stage and third week after the onset of cough. Post factor female more than male, age incidence, pre-vaccination era and post-vaccination introduction. So pre-vaccination era, childbirth to 5 year age, preschooling children, and post-vaccination in school-going children 5 to 10. Immunity, maternal antibody, no role, no protection. On attack 90% immunity, second attack 10% cases. Environmental factor, endemic disease with epidemic potential, epidemic during winter season. Incubation periods is 7 to 14 days. So what is the pathogenesis of pertussis? The organism get attached to the respiratory cilia and toxins causes paralysis to cilia. Mucopurulent exudate forms in the respiratory tract. This exudate predisposes to atelectasis, cough, cyanosis, and pneumonia. Organism causes local tissue damage and systemic efforts mediated through its toxins. And clinical manifestations divided into three stages. So first stage is catarrhal stage, second is paroxysmal stage, third is convalescent stage. Catarrhal stage, insidious onset of coryza, sneezing, low-grade fever, occasional cough, maximum infectivity, duration 1 to 2 weeks, approx 10 days. Paroxysmal cough stage, cough increase, distinct bouts, violent spasm to continuous coughing at the end of the paroxysms, long inspiration efforts, woof. Woof end with vomiting and occasionally aspirations. During episodes of cough, cyanosis followed by vomiting, exhaust, and seizures. In between episodes, childs look well. Cough increase for next 2 to 3 weeks and decrease over 10 weeks. Paroxysmal stays more than 2 weeks with or without woof and or postassive vomiting. It is the hallmark feature of pertussis. So next is convalescence stage, period of gradually recovery, even up to 6 months. Complication due to increase in abdominal pressure, it's occur hernia, rectal prolapse, subconjunctival hemorrhages, and subcutaneous emphysema, bronchopneumonia, ataxia, neurological complications, seizures, 1 in 100, encephalopathy, 1 in 300. So diagnosis is suspected on the basis of history and clinical examination, confirmed by culture and genomic and serology. So blood investigation elevate WBC count in lymphocytosis. The absolute lymphocytes count is 20,000 more than, is highly statistic. Direct fluorescent antibody testing, IgA antibody in nasal secretion, IgM antibody against toxins. Diagnosis, culture and microscopy, gold standard special in the catarrhal stage, a saline nasal swab and swab from nasopharynx, direct palate method. PCR technique more sensitive can be done even after antibiotic exposure. Treatment. Avoidance of irritant, smoke and other coughing promotes factors. So erythromycin and Erythromycin, erythromycin orally has been given. Prevention, active prevention, children's less than 7 years, DPT, whole cell pertussis, children's less than 7, TDP, acellular pertussis. Passive prevention by immunoglobulin and chemoprophylaxis in erythromycin. So it is about whooping cough, pertussis, and next is diphtheria. So what is diphtheria? Definition is it is serious bacterial infection caused by Corynebacterium diphtheria that affects the mucous membrane of the throat and nose. Agent is Corynebacterium diphtheria, Klebsiella bacilli, gram positive. Pleomorphic appearance. It is very important. Pleomorphic appearance is the oval shape, round shape. Appears in the pear, Chinese letter. Contain metachromic granules. Survive in dust, freezing and drying. Produce exotoxins. Toxins mediate disease. 3 serotypes: gravis, intermedius, and mitis. Agent reservoir. Humans are only known reservoir. Source of infection: cases, clinical and careers. Infective material: nasopharyngeal secretion discharged from cutaneous lesions. Mode of transmission: airborne droplet, direct contact of skin lesion and fomitis. Period of communicability: cases during clinical disease and career remain infectious up to 1 year. So host factors, same as pertussis, female is more than male. Age, pre-vaccination, post-vaccination, introducing maternal antibody through milk, and 70% children develop immunity through subclinical infection. Environmental factors is same as pertussis, endemic disease with epidemic potential, epidemic during winter season, incubation is 7 to 14 days. Now again pathology, entry into nose and mouth. The organism remains in the superficial layer of skin lesions, respiratory tract mucosa, inducing local inflammatory reactions. The major virulence of the organism lies in its ability to produce the potent 62 kD polypeptide exotoxins, which inhibit protein synthesis and cause local tissue necrosis. Within the first few days of respiratory tract infection, a dense necrotic coagulum of organism, epithelial cell, fibrin, leukocytes, and erythrocytes form, advance, and become a gray-brown, leather-like adherent pseudomembrane. Removal is difficult and reveal a bleeding edematous submucosa. So local effect of diphtheria toxins: paralysis in palate and hypopharynx, pneumonia. Systemic effect is kidney tubules necrosis, myocarditis, and demyelination of nerve. Myocarditis 10 to 14 days, and demyelination of nerve 3 to 7 weeks. Now clinical manifestations is nasal, pharyngeal, tonsillar, laryngeal and laryngotracheal, skin, eye and genitalia. Nasal diphtheria, infection of anterior nares, more common among infants, causes serosanguinous, purulent, erosive rhinitis and membrane formation. Shallow ulcerations of the external layers, upper lips is characteristics. Unilateral nasal discharge is quite pathogenomic of nasal diphtheria. Pharyngeal and tonsillar diphtheria, sore throat is the universal early symptoms. Only half of patients have fever. Dysphagia, hoarseness, malaise, and headache on examination. Foul smell. Yellowish membrane, pseudomembrane onto examine. Wall may extend to uvula, soft palate, posterior oropharynx, hypopharynx, or glottis area. Erythema is adjacent area. Enlarged cervical lymph node, bull neck appearance. Bull neck appearance. So diphtheria, notice pseudomembrane in the posterior pharynx. It can become very large and may obstruct the airway. Pseudomembrane. Laryngeal diphtheria. So restless child with hoarseness of voice, cyanosis, fear of death. A significant risk of suffocations because of local soft tissue edema, airway obstruction by the diphtheric membrane. Classic cutaneous diphtheria is an indolent, non-progressive infection characterized by superficial, actinic, non-healing ulcers with a gray-brown membrane. Complication is respiratory tract obstruction by pseudomembrane, toxic cardiomyopathy, 10 to 25% of patients, responsible for 50 to 60% of death. Tachycardia out of proportion to fever, prolonged PR interval, and changes in STT wave, elevation of serum aspartate aminotransferase concentration closely parallel the severity of myonecrosis. So serum AST increases. Toxic neuropathy, hypoesthesia, and soft palate paralysis, afterward weakness of the posterior pharyngeal, laryngeal, and facial nerve, and nasal quality in the voice, difficulty in swallowing, and risk of aspiration, cranial neuropathy, systemic polyneuropathy has occurred. Recovery from the neuritis is often slow, but usually complete. Corticosteroids are not recommended in diagnosis is suspected on the basis of history and clinical examination, confirmed by clinical toxigenicity. Blood investigation elevated WBC with lymphocytosis. Toxigenicity testing, Illic and gel participating testing. Schick test, it is very important. Schick test in which disease? So, diphtheria has a Schick test. Microscopy and culture, specimen throat swab, smear microscopic examination, Ramis staining, Albert staining, and immunofluorescent method. Culture on low effort serum slope, tellurite, blood, agar. And so treatment, antitoxins, antimicrobial therapy. Antitoxins, mainstay of therapy, neutralize only free toxins. Efficacy diminish with elapsed time. Antimicrobial therapy, all toxins produced treat localized infection and prevent transmissions of the organism to contact. Erythromycin or aqueous crystalline penicillin G, procaine penicillin. It is very effective, procaine penicillin with erythromycin. So prevention, active prevention, child's less than 7 years, DPT, whole cell pertussis, and more than 7, Tdap, acellular pertussis. Passive prevention by immunoglobulin and chemoprophylaxis, erythromycin, all contact. So here is diphtheria, toxoid, tetanus toxoid, and pertussis life. Dose 0.5 ml, intramuscular, anterior lateral thigh or deltoid region. Schedule 3 primary doses at 6, 10, and 14 week. 2 booster dose 18 months and 5 years. Side effect is local pain, fever, and swelling. So adjuvant aluminum phosphate, preserved thiomycin. So thank you. It's all about that session. Hope you like that session and it is very informative and valuable to you. Thank you. Thank you so much.